Let's continue, children, with active voice and passive voice. Remember, voice is connected to verbs. What is voice in English grammar? Voice is that form a verb takes to show whether its subject performs the action or receives the action. That is, whether the subject is the doer of the action or the receiver of the action. Now, voice is of two types, active voice and passive voice. In the active voice, the subject does the action. Example, Mala writes a letter. Mala is the subject, doer of the action writes. In the passive voice, the subject is acted upon. Example, a letter is written by Mala. Here, a letter is the subject. The subject is acted upon by the object Mala. Now, what is active voice? Active voice shows that the subject of the verb is performing or doing the action. Example, Ram hit the ball. Ram is the subject, hit is verb, hit what? The ball is your object. Now, who is doing the action? The subject Ram is doing the action of hitting the ball. Therefore, we say the verb hit is in the active voice. Passive voice. Passive voice shows that the subject of the verb is being acted upon. So, the subject is passive. Passive means sitting simply without doing any work. Example, the ball is hit by Ram. In this sentence, the ball is the subject. Is it is your verb. Object is Ram. Now, the ball is the subject. Is it doing any work? No, it is only acted upon by the object Ram. Therefore, we say the subject ball is passive and is hit. The verb is in the passive voice. Now, we can understand one more thing, that the sentence in the active voice and the sentence in the passive voice, they are the very same in meaning. Basic rules. To change active voice into passive voice, first, separate the sentence into subject, verb, object. Example, I bought a pen. I is subject, bought is verb, bought what? A pen is object. Point 2, the subject and object flip-flop. The subject becomes the object and the object becomes the subject. Now look at this example. The cat killed the rat. This is in the active voice. The rat was killed by the cat is in the passive voice. Now, when we change it, what happens? The subject and verb, they flip-flop places or they exchange their places. The cat in the active voice will become the object in the passive voice, and the object in the active voice will become the subject in the passive voice. The be form verb must be used according to the tense, person and number along with the past participle form of verb. Example, John baked the cake, active voice. Now in the passive voice, the bread was baked by John. What happens to the verb? This verb is in the past tense, so it will take the past auxiliary be form verb plus the past participle of the verb bake. Point 4, preposition by is introduced to show who or what performs the action. Example, the miners dug the tunnel, active voice. The tunnel was dug by the miners, passive voice. Here, by is introduced in the passive voice to show who or what is performing the action by the object. Change of pronouns. We have subjective pronouns in the active voice and we have objective pronouns for the passive voice. Now, they flip-flop places when they are used in the active voice sentences and passive voice sentences. Example, he helps her. He is subject, helps is verb, her is object. This is objective pronoun, subjective pronoun. She is helped by him. Now, this her objective pronoun will become subjective pronoun she, and he, the subjective pronoun, will become objective pronoun him. I hope you have understood, children. I shall see you in the next session.